Hi everyone. So in response to Coach Cal's video and the article by Blanchard, my view on the concept of servant leadership. I believe that servant leadership in life, in particular sports, is definitely a great concept. And by teaching others to put their teammates first, that then can carry on to a work ethic of putting everyone before themselves and realizing that they're not entitled. I do feel like entitlement is a really big issue in the younger generations of sports today. So to show them that everything is on loan, like Blanchard states in the article of servant leadership, that it gives them a different perception of life. And teaching servant leadership, that can then eliminate selfish players. And it truly creates a whole new perception, a whole new concept, and a mindset for athletes if more coaches have that same philosophy of servant leadership as Coach Cal. I do believe that it's possible as a head coach to be a servant leader. I feel like it's more difficult, however, if someone has never experienced being under servant leadership or they're not willing to change, that then can be a challenge. But as a head coach, I think more coaches have to have that mindset to understand that it's not about themselves as a coach, it's about their players. And with the head coach being a servant leader, they can then better teach them how to handle wins and losses. They can show that head coaches make mistakes and that there are lessons to be learned from mistakes. And like Coach Cal stated in his video, that his players look to him, they're watching him with grace, and you have to show them that it's okay to be wrong so that someone else can be right. And that's definitely possible for a head coach to be a servant leader, but it's going to take a different mindset to be taught that. Some practical ways that servant leadership can play out in physical education and sport. It definitely can play out in a few different ways. It could be a curriculum standard for educators, coaches, and student athletes to follow, or it could be something where servant leadership has to be addressed, or else the drills can't be effective or they can't be successful. So it definitely can play out right if it's executed the way it should be. It's not just a give or take of servant leadership. The benefits and challenges of taking such a role. By taking the role as a servant leader, there's a whole new set of responsibilities. It is more than teaching your athletes the skills of the sports. That's teaching them how to be selfless, how to put their teammates first. And the challenge as a head coach could be being a representation of servant leadership, that you're teaching those standards, but you're also living those standards, which could be difficult if one hasn't been bred with the mindset of servant leadership is the way to lead. So, thank you.